So I was wondering, you've got these Dodge Vipers everywhere in this league. I was wondering, is it possible to beat them in something else? So I'm going to try in the Aston Martin V12 Zagato as we go into turn 1 at Road Atlanta. I'm going to go defensive to cover off this Dodge Viper. So he's going to have to go around the long way if he wants to go round. And I get through unscathed, through turn 1. They're all battling back there. So this is my chance to try and get away from the rest of the pack. Now this car is pretty decent from what I can tell. It is not as quick as the Vipers, but if you really drive it really well, I'm pretty sure you can win races in this car. So let's see if I can do that. I am still in first place, but as always, there's always going to be someone who manages to keep up with you, especially in the Pinnacle League. Coming into the chicane at the end of lap 1, we're doing 6 laps. Make sure I get into the apex nicely there, and on the exit again, quite nice on the accelerator. Not getting too much wheel spin, although that is one thing I've noticed on this car. It does have a bit of wheel spin when you fire up the accelerator, so you've got to be really careful. Coming to turn 1, get hooked up with the apex really nicely, which means you can get on the throttle really early, get back over to the right hand side slightly, cut in the left, brake in a straight line over the curb. Curb wasn't too kind to me there. And try and get over to the left as you enter the S-bends here, and we're going onto the short circuit, so go over to the left slightly, and this corner here is where you can really gain or lose a lot of time depending on your tune. So I didn't actually lose too much time there compared to the guy behind me, who is still ominously in my mirrors. He is not leaving me behind, or I'm not leaving him behind. He is still sticking with me, and actually under braking he's reduced the deficit down to 20 feet, so he's right behind me somewhere. There he is right there. He's not going to go up the inside. That's very sensible into that last corner. That's not really a good place to pass unless you're fully alongside. I've got a better exit than him, so the pressure's on now. It's going to be a defensive race most likely, so I'm going to have to try and hold him at bay for as long as I can, and we've still got 4 laps left to do. It is possible, but you really do have to concentrate very hard and position your car very well. So going through here, there's no way he can get past. It's going to be through this sector where there he goes down the inside. I'm going to try and hang it around the outside, and I've still got the acceleration to fight alongside, but you can see how much grip he had going into that corner. And look at that, as we get onto the straight, my car actually is a bit quicker. So coming into the chicane, I've kept the inside very nicely. He's going to go and try a cutback on me. I'm going to go narrow, which forces him to the outside. He's trying again for a cutback, but I've positioned my car really well there. He had no chance of going around the outside. That's one thing you've got to watch out for. If someone's trying to overtake you, they can get you on the exit, so you've got to take a narrow exit, which means they can't do the cutback on you. So I've successfully defended my position for 1.5 laps here, going into the chicane, and I lock up, and I'm going to go wide here. Oh, and then he's gone around my outside. So let's see if I can stick with him. Hopefully I can. I've still got the guy right behind me as well, another guy in third. I'm in second now, and you can see there the grip on that Viper, so planted around the long right-hander. You really do need a good grip tune for that. Down the straight I'm going to gain a little bit back on him, not too much, so he gets on the brakes nice and early. He cuts the corner slightly, 2 wheels, that's acceptable I guess. I'm coming through into the last corner. I'm going to have to start worrying about third place now, because he's going to be on my tail before I know it. Now the tune for this car, I'll put it in the description. It's also in my spreadsheet, which is also in the description, by Dries Coot Breeze. I think that's how you say his name, but I'm not actually sure. He's actually a really good tuner, and he's a really good driver. I've seen him race many times in the Pinnacle League. He's really quick and makes decent tunes as well, from what I can tell. So the tunes by him, I'll put his name in the description if you want to download his tunes. I followed him. Oh, and actually, look at this. The guy in the lead has gone wide. Obviously trying to go for too quick a lap there, I guess. And I've gone back past into the lead. So can we hold him off for another lap? We've got 1.25 laps left until the end of the race. So 6-lap race. It's going to be about 6 minutes in total. Going through the chicane at the end of lap 5. And through underneath the Chevrolet bridge, coming into the last corner, dip into the runoff there, get on the apex really nicely actually, And looking behind, I've got a decent gap here, so I should, in theory, be able to win, but I've gone wide. That won't have helped, so I'm going to lose a little bit of time there. I've probably lost about 100 feet to guy in second. Let's make sure I don't lock up going into the little chicane there and through the S-bends. Gets hooked up nicely on the entry. This is going to be where I lose time. This is always where you lose time over the Vipers. The Vipers have the grip, and I've gone wide. I have to slow down there, and actually I can see he is gaining on me. He is gaining. So it's going to be really close coming into the final sector. Hopefully I can keep it. I'm going to get brakes nice and early, be very conservative. The brakes aren't totally brilliant on this car. I'll get a little bit sideways. Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's going to nudge me slightly wide. He's down my inside, so I just sort of have to leave him to win the race. I'm going to go slightly wide. So I finished second there. That was a really good race though, I thought. I gave him a run for his money in a far worse car than the Viper. So is it possible to win races in this car? I think it is. It's going to be really hard though in the Pinnacle League against really good drivers. You probably have to start near the front and get quite lucky with who comes out in second and third place in the first lap. But it is definitely possible to challenge near the front in something other than a Viper, which is good to see, I guess. But still, the Viper is still going to be the quickest car in the modern GT league by a long way. So you can see that I'm in second place, surrounded by Vipers. There are a couple of other cars, a TVR and another Zagato. And so it is possible, but you really do have to concentrate very hard and really do have to have a really good race. I made a few mistakes there, most notably at the chicane. I did do some good defensive work as well, which I was pleased about, but ultimately didn't manage to win the race. It was still a good race in the end though, and fair play to the other guy. He was quick and he did play very fair. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Remember to hit the like button if you did, subscribe if you want to see more of the same, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, goodbye.